Hi everybody, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. In this video, I'll be building Eaglemoss's Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. I am on issue 5, stage 12. Welcome back. Let's look at the instructions for stage 12. So for stage 12, it looks like we install the cooling fan, some pulleys, belts, and hoses, and we also handle the spark plug wires. The instructions here show us that we do the fan and pulleys first with the belts, and then we start tackling the spark plug wires, and I'll try to make them look realistic to the firing order for this engine. And after we handle the spark plug wires, then we do the starter solenoid cables, and then we do the cooling hoses up front. And that will be it for this. So we have a total of 6 steps. Let me get the parts out and I'll be right back. Here's the parts for stage 12. Got a lot of small stuff going on in here. I'll go ahead and pull these out and we'll get a closer look. I'll be right back. Here's a close-up of the parts. I'm going to go ahead and leave them in the tray. It's just going to make things a lot easier and keep things organized. So we'll talk about all these parts. It looks like everything here is plastic. So we have the cooling hoses. We have the fan belts. 2 of those. We have some EP screws. We have the cooling fan itself, and that is plastic. And some pulleys. They're all plastic also. And spark plug wires. They are all different lengths. And we also have 70mm pipe and an air filter control pipe. And the 70mm pipe is used for the starter. Step 1, we assemble the fan and fan pulleys, and we'll take a 12C right here and fit 12B on it, and the flat side goes up against it just like that. And then we also put 12A just like that. Now this will mount to the front of the engine. So then our pulley right here mounts to the water pump, just like that. Then we take our fan, and that goes on the front of that pulley. With our EP screw. And EP screw is just going to tighten everything down. Just like that. And just to give you a closer look how that looks. Looks great. Alright, let's move to the next step. We have 2 belts we need to install on the front of the engine. And bring the engine over here. First one we need to do is the alternator belt. So that simply gets fed around the water pump and the crankshaft. Make sure it's on the back side of the pulley, all the way over to the alternator. Try that again. Just like that. And then we do our power steering pump, and that's going to go on the front side. All the way over to the power steering. Just like that. So there's our pulleys. Not bad at all. So if you've already installed your air cleaner and you screwed it down and you put the wing nut in on top, the wing nut may be tight to get out because you're going to want to remove this to do your spark plug wires. It's just going to make it a lot easier. So there's a nice tool here you can pick up. It's the Wave HT196, and this will help you pry that wing nut out of the top of the air cleaner. So once you take that out, then of course don't forget you got the screw inside holding it. Take the screw, then we can take the air cleaner off and have full access to our distributor and our wiring. So next we're going to install the spark plug wires, which is step 3 and 4. And what they gave us was some blue wiring. So we received 4 shorter ones here, 3 mid-range size, 2 longer, and 1 real longer. So if you'll see here, I did put up the firing order for 1959 390 Cadillac. And we'll go ahead and wire this in as it is stock from the kit. I'm not going to do any modifying, just to show you what it looks like. I'm just going to wire in one of the plugs as a demo, and then I'll come back and show you the entire thing. So just to explain the firing order, on the left side bank we have the spark plug arrangement for the cylinder. You have number 1 right here, number 3, number 5, and number 7. They want us to wire up number 5 first. So I'm going to run number 5 right here. And the wiring that they gave you simply just goes right down over the top of the spark plug. And run it through the holder there. And if you wanted, you could trim it, which I will do later, but we'll just go ahead and hook it into number 5 as what they show on the illustration. Just like that. Okay, I'll go ahead and hook these up and I will be right back. So following the firing order guide that I have all the spark plug wires installed on the distributor cap, and you can see I had to make some crossing over between left and right just to make sure everything was in proper firing order in that case. So if you follow that little chart I have displayed, you shouldn't have any problem. And I actually had some extra spark plug wiring left over, and these 2 here were left over after doing some trimming. And I'll probably do some more trimming to tighten them up a bit, but that's how it looks on the left side bank. Cylinder 1, 3, 5, and 7. I flip it over, and that's how they look on the other bank, which is your 2, 4, 6, and 8. And we have another, we need to hook into the back of the engine. And you can just see the connector in there. I'll put my tweezers on it right there on the back of the engine. And that's gonna basically a drain tube that runs down along the side here. So that they're calling that 12M for the part number. We received two black pipes, or they're actually like a rubber hose. And the longer one is the 12L, and the shorter one is the 12M. So I'm going to try to install this hose and the connector. I don't know if you can see it. It's way in the back there. Right there. So I put the end of it right on the connector. I put some super glue on there. And take my tweezers and push it on. Just like that. You may have just seen it there on the inside. Now this hose pretty much just hangs down just like that. Now this hose just pretty much hangs down just like this. And I believe it's just a drain hose, but we'll find out what it goes to a little bit later because it's coming off the back of the intake manifold. Next we install the two water pump cooling hoses. This is the one coming off the top, and this is the one going off the bottom. And both of these are going to feed into the radiator a little bit later. These cooling hoses are rubber, so they're very pliable, a lot of movement. Now we're going to actually install it on the bottom of the water pump here first, and it simply just slides on it. Just like that. I'm not going to glue it because we may have to reposition it later. I'll turn the engine over. We'll install the top one. Same thing. Same thing here. The top one is rubber, has a locating tab, so it only goes on one way. Kind of like that, if you can see that. And we'll put it down right on top. Just presses down. There we go. So we're ready to install this in the car here soon. We have one more hose we need to install. And that's that longer one, the 12L hose. And this is actually a line. It's supposed to represent a steel line. So that actually goes on to the front of the fuel pump. Right like that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and glue it with some super glue. Just add super glue to the front there with my glue looper. You can find these loopers on my Amazon store. And we'll put that on. Perfect. And that just simply goes around the outside. And just so it doesn't get in the way, I'm going to tuck it in here behind the spark plug wires for now, so it's not in the way. And that completes stage 12. We pretty much finish up with the engine with that. I'm going to leave the air cleaner off a little longer because I may want to adjust my spark plug wire length. But that was a lot of fun, a big challenge. Be sure you follow the firing order for these so they look a little more authentic. But if that doesn't matter to you, it's okay. You can do them the way you like. Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this today. This engine is awesome. Look at the size of it compared to my hand. It's a very big kit and a lot of fun to build so far. So happy modeling, everybody, and take care.